That's just about knowing yourself and learning, observing yourself, which is what we're here for. So we'll do it. Go ahead and find your comfortable seat. And we'll just drop right into the breath and see what's coming up. Close the eyes. Ground in. We'll take a few breaths. One more deep breath. Guide the hands to the heart. Honoring your light, honoring yourself showing up today. Awesome. Let that go. Just relax the arms to the legs, and we'll do a little bit of shoulder rolls and let that naturally turn into cat-cows. So like when I start rolling my shoulders or doing cat-cows, they kind of both start to happen. It's good to know what you're moving, but let me just get into this kind of more free, flowing movement forward and back. Hope everyone's doing great today. Awesome. Upright, roll the shoulders again, and take the arms up. Ooh, bring it in. Let's do that 2 more times. So just right out to the sides, big gathering. As you're doing that, notice where your arm position is. If you're gathering from like in front or way behind, could you maybe just right out to the sides and up. Big stretch up and bring it in. And one more time, a big gathering. And exhale into the heart. Please forward fold and relax that gorgeous heart down. Awesome. Bring the hands back, shine that heart up, shoulder blades drawing down the back, arm bones rotating back. Good. Change your leg position if you like. Continue your cat-cow, shoulder rolls. Good. Take your arms, lift them all the way up, interlace the fingers, press them up to the sky. And we'll be here for another breath or 2. Maybe you take the arms back a little bit. Maybe you feel what's happening in the upper back, if it's like engaging or, you know, what do you feel? What do you feel? Relax your hips though. Gentle, gentle, release the hands. And you can just take some circles in your wrists up in the air. I go like one direction and the other. Wiggle your fingers. Push your wrists, push your palms outside to side. Does anyone else feel like one arm moves differently than the other? All the way down. Anchor your fingers, draw your navel in. Like one of my arms moves faster than the other. It's kind of strange. Bring the chin down, Hands are anchored, shoulders are anchored back. Ribs are in, so we're not back bending. We're just breathing into the back of the neck. Now take your head side to side. Not so much that it still feels okay, it feels good. Your breath is smooth. Your eyebrows are soft. The jaw is soft. Maybe again, side to side. So let that go. Come into your forward fold. Bring it back behind you. Fingers down, heart up. This big engagement through the back to lift up the heart without straining in your low back. Hands to the legs, some circles. Whatever feels good here. Change direction. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and come on into our table. Continue your cat-cows. So that's another thing I need is people to do yoga with me. So let's come right to down dog. Lift up the hips. We'll be here for a few breaths. Pedal at the feet. More of that smooth, kind of like flowing movement within your body. Maybe the hips draw more side to side than usual, kind of bending into one knee. I would avoid really twisting into like all of the way into like a twisting kind of feeling side to side, but it could be within the range that feels good for you. Lift up your hips, lift up your heels, push into the hands, lift up high, high, high. Exhale, soften your heels downward, bend into the knees a little bit, soften the knees. Ooh, and do it again. Lift up high, high, high. So the heart is inclined to come down a bit more. And then exhale, soften into that. Ooh. One more time, lift up high. And exhale, soften. Good. Slowly engage your shoulders. Very important. Take your knees back down. So it's like I'm hugging my shoulder blades to my ribs more. And we're going to slide forward and back with that from knee plank to not a real child's pose, but the hips are back. Slide forward and slide back. Do that a few times. You might like to feel like a rolling motion. As if there was some sort of like, kind of like a ball rolling through your torso, back and forth. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I think of like a ball, like a dog toy ball. But it's the engagement in your core that is rolling forward and then rolling back. Then the next time you come forward, lower all the way down, hug your elbows back. And we'll start some cobra poses. Inhales and exhales, elbows back, anchor your toes, strong legs, pinky toes to the ground. Breathe. Building that strength little by little, all the way from the toes, pushing down, all the way up into the upper back. Good. One more time, hold up in your cobra pose and take little breaths, little sips of air, they say. Engage your low belly, engage your toes back down, breathe. Exhale, let it go. Great. Push into your down dog. And step all the way forward. Halfway lift when you get there to fold into it. Relax into your forward fold and be there. If you like doing half lifts to fold, great. If you want to just stay there, feel it out. Maybe sway. Hug your legs or the hands to the opposite elbow. Bend your knees and slowly come all the way up. When you get there, reach up to the sky and bring it into the heart. Stand in mountain pose. Roll your arms in and roll your arms out. Engage the upper back and then feel it reach away. So it can be as exaggerated and big or small as you want. Let it just be your own movement. You know, if you want to get like, I don't know, I don't really suggest throwing your body around, but hey, if you want to get a little wild, it's that season. Expansive growth, up and out. Maybe it's little. Maybe it's very small. Maybe you just notice your palms are turning. As you're doing this, go ahead and slow down along the way until you get to the point of standing back in mountain stillness. Take a breath there. Awesome. Back into your forward fold. We'll reach up and exhale, fold. Create your half lift and step into your plank pose, lower down and come into your chaturanga. You know that flow. Lowering through your body, and maybe you can create more of that sense of flowing up and down. The hips move back to down dog. Good, engage your shoulders, lower the knees down. Slide the heart forward and lower it down. Come back into your cobra pose. Reach your heart up and breathe. Stay here and breathe. Soften your jaw, soften your eyebrows. Push back to down dog. You can imagine how the chest, the heart, the upper body is working with the pelvis. How the heart and the pelvis work together dynamically throughout these movements. Step all the way forward. Halfway lift to fold. Rise up, reach up, bring it back into your heart space, into mountain pose. Big breath. Something good. Inhale, reach up. And here we go again, forward fold. Half lift. Exhale to your plank pose. Lower down. Inhale into cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. So one more time, step forward. This time we're just coming all the way forward. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Come up. Open up to the sky. It's like we're gathering it up and bringing it in. As above, so below. Arms to the sides, and here we go. Reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Into plank, lower through your chaturanga. Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take your right leg up. My wall is right there. Awesome. Keep your down dog, but bring your knee forward. We've been doing this a bit lately. The knee comes forward, but everything else stays in down dog. That's important for the shoulders. Now reach your leg back up and do it again. This time, engage your shoulders in all directions, very secure in the back, and draw the weight forward and draw your knee to your nose. A different movement, it's more like plank. And now reach your leg back up. Great, do that one more time. All of the shoulder strength surrounding your shoulder blades draws your body forward and lift it up. Bring your foot forward and come up crescent. Here we are. This is usually the point where I like to move my wrists a bit because they just were doing a lot. And then we'll come into the pose. Similar to how you're holding your arms up. What are you feeling like the armpit area? What do you feel in the upper shoulders? The outsides of the shoulder blades, the insides, the connection of the shoulder blade to the ribs. Step forward. Into mountain pose. Step your right foot right back into your crescent lunge. Again, kind of feel out your arms, the shoulders, the neck. Lower your hands down, step back, come through your chaturanga. If you like, always an option to knock. Wall and foot in down dog, and down dog. Same thing on this side, press into all parts of your hands. Really try to make a little space up through the wrists so there's some lightness through the wrists. Take your left leg up. Steady. Draw the knee forward without moving the rest of the body. So I'm just rounding the knee. Lift that leg back up. And forward, moving from our deep hip flexors, deep core. Lift your leg. And now the whole body rolls forward. Secure your shoulders. Up. Again. So we're rolling the weight forward. And up. Step your foot forward. And rise into crescent. If your arms get fatigued from being up, you could choose any other hand position that's mindful. And step forward, land into your mountain pose, stand in mountain. Take your left foot and step it back into crescent. Rise through the arms, knee over heel. Lower your hands down, come through chaturanga. And when you're ready to come back to down dog, Take a breath in down dog and slowly lower the knees back down. Roll the heart forward. Come down all the way. Make a little pillow out of your hands, bend your knees and rock them out side to side. When you get there. Awesome. I could do that for like an hour. Push back up to down dog. Take your right leg up. If you want to open it out a bit, get some space. Level it out, step your foot all the way forward as far as you can. Scooch it forward as needed. Scooch is a very ancient Sanskrit word. So I'm here in this long lunge with my knee over my heel, back leg strong. Try to feel into that connection from your low belly, pelvis, deep center, into the center in your heart. Center in the chest, the upper back. Take that back foot, hop it a little bit forward into warrior one and rise up. Up. Let's practice flying. Fly. Exhale. Hold it and breathe. Engage your upper back. Engage the low belly. Well, that's interesting. Bring your foot back into warrior one. Reach your arms back up and settle right in. Do it again. Fly. Back leg is strong. Bring your foot down into warrior one. This time, let's just step right forward into mountain pose. I just love returning to mountain. It's so peaceful. Awesome. Please take your right foot and step it into warrior one. So right foot angles out and steps back. Now fly. Exhale. Back leg strong. Standing foot strong. Land into warrior one. Flowing from the heart and the pelvis. Do it again. And land. Great. Settle into warrior one. Now to get that back foot all the way back. So let's bring the hands down. Take your back foot, change its angle until it's all the way toes down. Scooch it back. And here we are on the other side. Back leg strong. Just kind of feeling in here. Whatever you notice. I'm using fingertips to help my body use some of its own strength rather than kind of loading my weight downward, keeping it neutral. And step into plank pose. Bring the knees down. Side plank with the knees down. Left hand starts, left hand down. So the shins are squeezing together. Use your side body. And it's if you could keep lifting up through your side body, through the side body. Nice and strong. Top arm up. Top leg up. Kick it out. Breathe. Good, good. Change. Other side. So I'm starting with my legs together. Both shins kind of like engaging towards each other to get this sense of side body strength, outer hip strength. And then I'm taking that leg, lifting it and lengthening it. Notice if your toes are pointing up or if they're pointing forward. And let that go into your tabletop. A round or two of cat-cow. Maybe you move side to side a bit. Okay. Move your hands forward, come back to down dog. Reach your left leg up. Open it out if you like. That foot's gonna come all the way forward. This time just rise through crescent to step forward. Gorgeous, we already did our warriors on that side. We're good, just landing in mountain pose. Come down into chair. Down to chair. Reach up. Soften the arms to your sides. Good, I wanna just do standing quad stretch just to say hello to the quads. Been working, holding our strength. If you can hold with both hands, go ahead and try. It's okay if not. And if you have that, try letting the arms kind of roll back, engage the upper back in a, I'd say like moderate, medium kind of intensity, and then kick into your hands. So it's like dancer pose, but not quite. I'll do it from the side. If I can stand at all. Okay, there we go. So I'm kicking into my hands are holding strong, and I'm getting a little space through the quads and through the chest. Good, ease out. Do it on the other side. As you transition, you might stand in mountain for a breath, check into anything that's happening in your low back. Quad stretch on the other side. If it's interesting to start kicking into your hands, the heart draws forward, the low belly lifts up. Come on out. Stand in mountain. Forward fold. Take your left foot and step it all the way back. We want to take our first lunge twist, so arm up. Hand could be at the sacrum instead. That's quite a nice place for it, really. Still gets this open space across the chest, but it kind of helps to feel into maybe what's happening in the lower back as well. Lower that back knee down. Let's go ahead and just straighten out our front leg for a breath. Takes a moment off the wrist too. So bring the weight back forward, back knee is down, hand to the front leg above the knee. And I'm just kind of like turning a little bit with my bottom hip. It might not seem super obvious. It's not a complete like dropping out. It's just kind of turning my heart a little bit more upwards so this bottom hip rotates towards the ground. There's a lot of mindfulness of what's happening in this shoulder because it is bearing a lot of weight. And it might not feel like much. It's just kind of taking this little kind of twist. This front knee is rolling open. It's not dropping out though. Good. Bring your hand down inside of your foot. Walk your front foot out. Heel toe it out. So it's like a lizard pose without coming down all the way. Just giving some space there to this leg. Arms have a little bit of like bend back towards the body. It's a micro bend. And walk your foot back in, step back. We'll lower the knees down. Let's come up to kneeling and move your wrists around. I don't know, my wrists are like sore today or something, I'm not sure. While we're here, interlace your fingers. Draw your hands down. Open up across your chest. This is a feeling I must be into today as well. Lift up the heart. Notice if you're crunching in your low back. See if you could change that by squeezing the glutes a little bit. Good. Let's just softly let that go. Softly let it go. Bring your weight forward. Come into plank pose. Side plank, your choice. Whoop. Lift your top leg. Take one more breath there. Ease out. And do it on the other side. If you need a moment, take a moment. Isn't it impressive to rotate on your shoulder? Isn't that impressive? Good. Breathe. Breathe. Exhale. Release that hand down. Lift up your hips to down dog. Right leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Is it right leg? I'm sorry, it's left leg. Okay, that makes sense. Left leg all the way forward. Plant your foot. And then we get to twist on this side. Take your time with it. Gentle, lower the back knee down. Lengthen out that leg. Weight forward. I'm just gonna do this on this side. So we're just rotating a little bit. My front knee rolls out slightly. The bottom shoulder goes a little bit from more of this like plank pose towards a little bit of side plank. So there's this little bit of rotation here where my big toe is lifting up and the back hip just rotates towards the ground a little bit. Make it fluid, doesn't have to be big. Just kind of feeling into that motion. Bring your hand down and walk your front foot out. So now the upper body is in it, like arms are in a plank style position. Let that foot open out, we're breathing. The heart and the pelvis are facing towards the ground. Walk your foot back in, step back, lower the knees down. Soften back towards child's pose. If you want to come all the way back for a breath, we're going to be coming back up. Good. Make your way up to down dog. So take your right leg up. Step it forward. Rise through crescent just to come up and step forward. Mountain. Home sweet home. It's like opening up the door after you've been away for a long time. Ah, so nice. Open out your legs into your wide forward fold. Be here for a few breaths. Do what feels good. Okay, bend your knees and rise up. Come into your 5-pointed star. Arms up and down into goddess pose. So I have to adjust my pants. Awesome. Pulse a little bit if you like. Rise and sink a little bit at a time. The knees and the toes are in the same direction. If you feel like you would rather hold on to your legs maybe a little bit. Good, we'll come up, 5-pointed star, take a breath. Back down into goddess. A little pulsing. Reach up. Ooh. One more time, and stay steady. So bring the hands to the legs. We're just gonna like drop one shoulder towards the ground. It's kind of like twisting, but not a deep twist. So my right shoulder is more towards the ground, and then my left shoulder is more towards the ground. Back and forth. A little twist. Awesome. All right, slowly rise up. My legs are like, why are you doing that to me? Parallel the feet and open out the left foot into warrior two. Rise and sink if you like. And steady. Come to triangle. Reach your top hand, lengthen it over your head. Keep drawing your hips back. Keep rotating the heart up. Good, soften that hand down. Bend your knee, reverse your warrior, up and over. Remember that connection from the pelvis into the chest. And let that go. Pivot the foot back into parallel. Bring your hands behind you, interlace the fingers again, then shining up into fold. Micro bend in the elbows at least, keep from locking them out. Shake your head gentle yes and no. Bring the hands down to the low back, slide them down the legs. Hold on to either the big toes with your peace fingers or maybe at the ankles or shins, somewhere along the way. Bend the elbows side to side, engage your quads to draw the head further down. Active pose. Good, let that go. Bend the knees and rise up. Open out warrior two towards the right. Find your place. Check your arms, check your shoulders, check your breath. Check your fingers. Back leg is strong. One more breath into triangle. Here we go. Still engaging those legs, pushing into the ground and lifting through the pelvic floor. Top hand, slide it overhead. Keep drawing the hips back, keep rotating the heart up. Breathe. Soften your hand down, bend your knee. Rise through reverse warrior, up and over. Lovely, let it go. One more time back into your wide forward fold. You want to reach side to side. If there's anything that you really want to do here, like side to side to start stretching through the back. If you want to bend one knee and reach away towards the other foot, that could deepen the feelings maybe. All right, slowly rise up. Just heel toe the rest of the way. Shake it out. Let's do tree pose. And stand in stillness. Stand out to your right foot, hug your left knee up. Shoulders down. Maybe move your ankle. Open out to tree and find your expression of tree. Your arms can lift. They could be at the heart, the hips, maybe holding onto a wall. Hug the tail a little bit underneath you. Slowly come out. Wow, looked like a bunch of statues. If I didn't see a doggy moving, I would have thought my screen was frozen. Good, come out. I love the piece of tree pose. Stand onto your leg, hug your other knee up. You're ready to open it out. Check if your pelvis is tilting, twisting over towards your knee. If it is, go and level it back out forward. Hug the tail underneath. Ribs in. Heart shines open. And we breathe. Good job. Come on out. Awesome. Wow. You know, even from here, observing a room full of tree poses is so relaxing, but even from here, it still is like really relaxing for me to witness. Like, thank you so much. I love the piece that happens with standing balancing. It's like the awareness comes into center, you kind of space out, and even if it feels kind of shaky in your leg or something like that, there's still like the sense of peace is, at least in my world, is like takes over any other feeling or thought. So thank goodness for that. Let's come back to the front of the mat and we'll just come into a forward fold and bring the knees down and come down to child's pose. There'll be a little time here just to relax if you want. To have your arms forward, palms together, and then bend the elbows so the hands are behind the neck. It can be a lovely expression. So we're gonna come back into that lizard pose, nice and slow, just enough to like lift up the hips to down dog. Take your right leg. If you want to kick it up first, just bringing it all the way forward, however it gets there. Bring that back knee down. We're gonna step the front foot out a little bit and start with a quad stretch. If it's available for you, grab for your front. Breathe. This is a twist. You want to play with the direction. So if my heart's open like a twist towards my knee, that's one feeling. And then if I kept everything the same, but I rotated my my belly button and my heart and my eyes back towards the front of the mat, that's another feeling. Ooh, is it ever? Now just gently let that go. And we'll come into lizard. Back leg can be up, it could be down. Front foot could walk out more. Then come down to your forearms. One more breath. And slowly rise out. You can heel toe that foot back in. So we're stepping it back, so get it up. However it does. Woo. Just to change sides, other side. I'm gonna turn this way. So step my front foot out a little bit, bend the back knee, reach towards that foot. There it is. See how that bottom shoulder is like side plank right now? And then if I turn my heart, it becomes more like real, like normal plank. So much happens on the shoulders. All of the care and love into the shoulders. Good, gentle release. And come into lizard. We'll ease out. And let's just end up back into child's pose. If you'd like to make it like a frog pose with the legs more open wide, sinking back. Maybe you do that a couple of times, or you might like just child's pose. You might choose to find a seat. We'll all end up in a seat in 2 more breaths. 1. Slowly come up to your seat. Beautiful. So let's take, we'll start with butterfly. Folding butterfly. Come up, take your left foot forward, the right foot over. I want to do this twist. Hug the knee to the opposite shoulder. Maybe you use your elbow around the knee or to the outside. Backhand is helping to support the length of the spine. Ground into your extended leg, ground into that other foot. Inhale, spine length. Exhale, spine twist. Exhale, kind of find that settling in. Come out. We'll do our seated figure 4 here. Prop up your ankle to the above the knee. And slide your foot towards you. So just rocking side to side because it feels nice. You might take your foot that's on the ground and bring it a little closer if you want more feeling there. Bring that foot that's on the ground, slide it forward. We'll just let the other leg go with it. Shake out your legs. Rise up, lengthen your legs, fold over them, forward fold. And slowly come back up, do it on the other side. So now the right leg is extended, left knee hugs. Come out of your twist into your figure 4. Now while we're here, I'm just gonna say that forward fold with both legs out, like that's staff pose has the legs out. It's like after all of these years, that still feels so, like so much. Like I would rather do so many like difficult poses. I would rather do Bird of Paradise than a seated forward fold. How can that be? What's going on? I think there gets to a point where the things that in yoga, where it's like if you don't like it, it almost becomes a friend. Like I almost hold affection for the things that I don't like for whatever reason. Let's try it again. Take both legs out. Reach up to fold. Keep soft through the face, soft through the breath. Let the heart soften downward. Bring it back up. Let's open out one leg at a time. So we can open out the left leg, bring the right foot close. We'll just get into that big back stretch, up and over the leg. Guide your hands back up. Push into the, so we're gonna bring this hand down. We're doing like this kind of like wild thing kind of variation. So this foot's down, this other knee is down. Lift up your hips. Open up. And settle it down. Change sides. Lift and fold over your extended leg. So we're coming up, ground into your knee, ground into the foot, hand behind you is supportive, shoulder is open and supportive. Lift open. And slide it down. Good. Let's just come back one more time into our butterfly forward fold and then we'll relax onto our backs and finish up. Just to settle in one more time, forward fold. Relax your head. It could be a little more active by holding onto the feet and engaging the arms. So the arms are drawing down. Let's all come up. Take your hands across to the opposite leg, somewhere along the way there, and lean back. Change which arms on top. Keep your jaw soft. And we've done it. Go ahead, bring your knees up and we'll just roll slowly all the way down. Right into happy baby. I'm gonna say another like 6 breaths in happy baby. So you feel free to do anything within that feels good for you. All right, one more breath. Bring the feet down and lift up your hips to your bridge pose. For 3 full breaths. Lift up your heels and roll down. Hug the knees and rock out side to side. I'm going to take a twist here, a very easy twist. So just maybe let your hips go to the right an inch or two, the legs over to the left. If you want to tee out the arms or maybe just relax them. Kind of like relaxing them on my ribs. One more breath to come out, other side. One more breath. And either reclined butterfly or daydreamer, where the daydreamer has the feet a little bit more than hip width open and the knees softening together. Whichever leg position you choose, take your arms and grab for the opposite elbow right over the chest. We're just sliding the arms side to side. So just getting a little arm stretch in, maybe through the shoulder. So I'm letting the arm extend all the way out to the side, all the way across the body. Holding on to the elbow just kind of helps to like anchor and pull it across. Lift up your arms and legs to your bear pose. Softness through the joints. And you move your fingers and toes, your wrists and your ankles. Get that sense of weightlessness, even against gravity. Sometimes it's just one moment there. Hug your knees in, and if there's anything else you need, it is your Shavasana time. That same sense of lightness that the limbs maybe feel in bear pose. Maybe we could find that throughout the body as we're laying in stillness.